So as we visited the Zappos offices, we noticed some of the core values were pretty evident, like a little weirdness here and there. How would you advise a manager who might feel that feels a little out of control to them? Clearly control doesn't exist in Zappos in the traditional sense of people being told what to do in a highly hierarchical, when I saw the executive team out on the floor with everyone else.
Yeah.
How would you advise a manager on how to adapt to that new level of understanding around control?
You know, I think it just comes back to your own definition of being yourself and bringing individuality to your workplace. Just thinking in the sense of, if you're a manager, the question is, do you feel like you have work-life separation, or is it work-life integration, something we really believe in here at Zappos? And if you're feeling like you have to leave your regular self or your real self at home and can't bring that to work, then there might be something wrong, and it actually takes a lot more effort to try and separate those two pieces of who you are, instead of just, being true to yourself and bringing that to the workplace. And if you ask yourself that question, if that's what you really want, in terms of your greater scheme of life, then it's easier to let people be themselves too, if you can.
Well, and what we saw as we walked around is there's no lack of productivity or performance. Clearly, the metrics that we saw show that the workforce that you have in place, even though they're experimenting with and highly engaged in a little bit of weirdness, they're clearly getting the job done.
Right.
So maybe there's something that says, just as you're saying, happy workers are even more productive workers.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of research that has been done on that, and the science of happiness is a new field, positive psychology, that in the last few years have really blossomed, in the sense that, old psychology was based on how to fix depressed people or address the things that are wrong. But positive psychology is all about, how do you address people that things are fine, but there's a capacity to be a happier person or have a better well-being in life. So it's not just a whim that we came about this, let's have a deliver happiness kind of environment. It's actually based on that research. And as you saw during the tour, it's a wonder actually sometimes how people get work done here, because any day you can walk on campus and you'll see a llama in the petting zoo in the parking lot, or there will be a parade that the IT team is doing for the finance or something like that. And so when you have this environment,
sax player.
Or sax player, you're right. Sexy sax man was here today. And so when you have that, you just wonder, how does work get done? But in the end, going back to those core values that really you have to go by and live up to your expectations of what you produce and provide as an employee. And that is equal weight to having fun. Is are you really being productive in it and making a difference?